Hey guys, what's up? This is the Bad 300, and well, don't mind too much of the noise in the background. I decided to clean my computer today, and I figured since I was already in here, I'd go over some of the components. Now this is a true Asus computer, because both video cards, motherboard, are all from the same manufacturer, and the processor. But we'll start off with this right here, which is the video card, one of two. Let me pan you up here. See, there's the second one. It's already back in, and as you can see, it is a ROG board. We'll go over that in a bit. Now, don't mind the people cursing in the background. They're only cooking dinner. Okay, this is a 7770. This has the 5 gigabyte DDR, or the 2 gigabyte DDR5 in it. Okay, we can see the ports, 2 HDMIs, and 2 of the DVIs. It's a nice little card. It takes the, as you can see, the 6-pin. So it does require the, I'll show it to you here in a second. And it also has room for the crossfire. Now let's go ahead and pan back up to here. Crossfire cable, because it goes in this slot here. If you read the manual, this is times 8 and this one's times 8, or this is 16 and this is 8. I'll have to look up the specs, but yeah, PCI X16, and of course I can't read that one because the card's in the way. Now let's do this real quick here. Now I'm sure I'm going to freak a lot of people out using a power tool. Trust me, I'm well grounded. I'm not going to pop off any sparks. And come on, wiggle, 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 wiggle. There we go. And let's see here. Shed some light on it. See, that one there is 8. That one there is really hard to see, but that is a 16 or an 8 if you split it by 3. It's a 16 by 2 or an 8 by 3. So that allows these cards to run at a really good tick. And yeah, you can see it's just the same as the other one. Give you a view of the back of the card. This is the card that I had first. I went ahead and I moved it down to the bottom slot for now. I've got to clean the cobwebs and the dust out. They get pretty dusty. I do have, now this case does have a lot of filters for it. It's a thermal take. We'll get to it here in a minute. I really like it, all but one thing. Okay. Now, that's one thing. You got to make sure you're static free when you're working on your computer, but it's really good to blow these out. Let me go ahead and pull. Now, let me get this. A data is the RAM. Let's see if we can get a good view of the specs here. Okay. Come on, camera, focus. Okay, this camera does not seem to want to focus. But what we have here is a AXU3 1600 DDR3, and these are 8G times 16, which these are the largest ones that I could get for this. Oh, dang it. Come on, get in your spot. And that's one thing you got to make sure is that everything is in its spot and wants to click in. What am I putting it in wrong ways around? Probably, because I'm silly like that. There we go. Okay. So now as far as specs goes, I don't know what the actual specs are on the cards, but I tell you what, I haven't had a problem running any game yet, just on one card, let alone two. And have not had a problem rendering anything. I saw a lot of my videos have been rendered with this. I'm going to make sure everything gets clicked in. Alright. I'm not sure what all you can see now. I might edit this video. We'll see. Okay. So, that's it as far as the video cards go. Don't forget to hook your power back in. But that's how they sit in there, nice and cleanly like that. Okay, now we're going to do this in a couple parts because, well, it's not fair to, there's like the case, I got a bone to pick with it, and there's one other item I got a bone to pick with. So we'll do those when the time is right, and we'll catch y'all on the flip side. Hey folks, welcome to the specs page and stuff. I got two different pages here to show you. Again, we're going over the video cards, the Asus HD 7770 graphics. They are considered the gigahertz edition because they ship clock to 1020 megahertz for smoother gameplay. Dual fans, they have really good cooling on them. And these fans are these fins are wide and shallow, so they don't collect that much dust. Of course, they're Digi Plus and VRM. You get the GPU tweaks, so that way you can actually tune it. I haven't been able to find what the power specs were, but we'll get to that here in a second. DDR5, 2 gigabytes. 4600 megahertz memory clock, of course 1020. RAM is 400 megahertz, 128-bit memory. The resolution is 2048 by 1536 for sub D. In other words, SVGA or VGA connector, the blue one. And DVI max is 2560 by 1600. I say blue. And that's because the cable in is standard is blue color. The interface. You have, now let's go back to the overview here. You got the display port, the HDMI, the 2 DVI ports, and of course this one does the VGA also. Okay, let's switch back to specs. Software and drivers. I did figure out what the dealio in my software was for them not wanting to be. I'll pull that up here in a second. Let's minimize that to get that out of our way. There we go. Right here is the GPU tweaks that you get. Of course, this tells you all your specs here. GPU info comes over here, enabled 2 GPUs, and this is all your miscellaneous data, but you can adjust your clock. You got live update, setting, and tuning. I'm running mine at pretty much the way it came out of the factory. I find for my system that's fairly stable. But I couldn't find no actual power related information on them, but from what I found online, you need at least, especially if you're going to run two of them, you're going to need at least a 600 watt power supply, or PSU. Now here's the Newegg page. Now both mine I bought on sale. I didn't pay 134 for them. The last one I bought, the second one, I paid just over $100 because it was on sale. 640 stream processors. Yeah, for the price, I could run games, I could render videos. You can't beat it. It's a good price for a good card. The specifications said the same thing. Most of the reviews seem to be the actual person. It is, because normally you can read the reviews and you can tell if something's generally bad or if the person just didn't know what they were doing. You know, you put two memory cards in, or two video cards in, and they both pop within a week. You need to be checking some other stuff out on your computer, like a PSU, or maybe you're not grounding yourself to the case in the PSU. You're putting them in with the power on, or with the power still hooked up. Anytime I pull stuff off the motherboard, I always unplug it. I wait for the LEDs to go out. You know, that kind of stuff. Because you got these boards are so they're better than they used to be. But to me, it's been a really good card. There's a close-up of it. Of course, it does take up 2 bays. And you can set them both together. Now, that does come factory with the Crossfire bridge in the box. Luckily, my motherboard came with one because it had a short and a long, and I need the long one because the one that came with the card was a short and it was too short. And that's the gosh dang it. Here we go. This right here is the DVI to VGA sub adapter, and plug that into the back. No big deal. Ooh, let's see if we can. Yeah, there we go. Oh, here we go. Here's a picture of the back. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. There's your these should be your memory chips right there, and there. The card goes in easy. Plug and plays real easy. Not a bad card. And with that, we're going to end this first segment on the video card. And we will catch you guys on the flip side. I hope you enjoyed this. Like, subscribe, rate, share. Well, can't rate. I still got Happy Wheels stuck in my head. I just finished up an episode of Happy Wheels. But, yeah, share me to your friends. Let me get some more people watching. I'll try to keep the stuff rolling, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side. Don't forget to check out my other channel, the Minecraft, the Bad 300. Yep. I think we're going to call it there and catch you on the flip side.